The Mexicano, a popular Dutch snack, was invented by the Vries Snacks in 1984, specifically to celebrate the qualifiers for the World Cup in Mexico. Ironically, the Netherlands didn't even end up qualifying, but the Mexicano became a hit anyway. This deep-fried treat, made from a spiced blend of chicken and meat, has a distinctive flattened shape with ridges, giving it a unique texture. It's also known by many other names like Carrero, Chileno and Belcanto. To me, it's nostalgic and reminds me of trips to the snack bar around the corner where I would order the Mexicano whenever I wanted something different than a frikandel or croquette. Hi, I'm Toine and welcome to my kitchen. If you're new to this channel, I focus on cooking foods from my home country, the Netherlands, and some of its former colonies such as Indonesia. The Mexicano is often enjoyed with classic condiments like mayo or curry ketchup. I personally opt for either peanut or chili sauce. Now I have to say my version is not 100% traditional, because I'll be smoking the meat before frying it, which will add a depth to the flavor. There are many different ways to eat a Mexicano. You can pair it with fries, put it on a bun, put it in a salad, or even eat it by itself. Whichever way you choose, it is a delicious snack for when you're craving something savory. To make Mexicanos, you will need 900 grams of ground chicken, 450 grams of ground beef or a beef-pork blend, 100 grams of chopped onion, 100 grams of chopped bell pepper, 6 grams of minced garlic, 20 grams of breadcrumbs, 6 grams of salt, 3 grams of white pepper, 35 grams of sambal ulek, 60 grams of ketchup manis, and 7 grams of paprika. I've got my food processor ready, and I'm going to add the flavorings first to turn it into a paste. My onions, my bell peppers, the ketchup manis, sambal ulek, paprika, oh that came out easily, salt, pepper, and my garlic. Gonna put my lid on and start by pulsing it. You want to turn this into a smooth paste. So there's some peppers that are stuck on the inside of the bowl, so I'm going to scrape them down. It smells good. You can smell the paprika and the ketchup most. Let's take a look. Everything is cut really finely. It looks pretty smooth. Gonna run it for a little bit longer before adding the meat. Now that this is processed enough, I'm going to get the meat and the breadcrumbs and we're gonna start adding that to this mixture. Okay, now my meat is really cold. So I don't have to add any ice cubes, but if yours is not really cold, it helps to add a couple of ice cubes. It will prevent the meat from cooking from the heat of the blades. Okay, I'm adding the breadcrumbs, and now I'm going to start by adding a little bit of chicken and some beef into the bowl. About half of each. Okay, a little bit more chicken. I'm now going to turn this on, and once everything is incorporated, I'm going to add the rest of the meat. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now the rest of the meat gets added. Gonna push it down, distribute it evenly. And we're gonna run it some more. Going to push down the meat a little bit more. Check it again. Okay. think it is all incorporated, absolutely, and it should be a very finely minced meat mass, I guess. I don't know what to call it, meat paste maybe? Okay, very good. This is very similar to the way we made frikandellen, just a completely different spice mixture. I'll put the link to the frikandellen recipe in the description below. Let me clean up a little bit and then we'll continue checking the seasoning. I hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, please click the like and subscribe button. It will really help our channel. If you want YouTube to notify you whenever we post a new video, click the bell. Because it's unsafe to eat raw meat, especially raw chicken, in order to check the seasoning, I'm going to cook a little bit. So let me turn my cooktop on. I'm going to add a little bit of oil. Once the oil is hot, I'm going to just take a spoonful of meat, put it in there, and cook it real quick. Just a little bit. Smells good. Okay, this looks like it's cooked enough, so let me put it on a plate. Doesn't need any more salt or pepper. I would probably add a little bit more sambal for myself, but since I know my wife doesn't like it too spicy, I'm gonna leave it where it's at. Time to shape the patties. First thing you need is something with a flat handle to make the indentations. So I'm using this spatula and I'm gonna rub just a little bit of oil on the handle so it doesn't stick, and it's okay if there's a little oil there. So now I have gloves on because I'm handling raw meat. And we're going to measure out 135 grams. That's way too much. That's 133, close enough. And we're going to just try to shape it into a rectangle. You don't want it to be too thin because otherwise you can't make the indentations correctly. So I'm just going to put it like that. Try to shape that up a little bit. And now using the spatula, we're going to put these little indentations in it. And the idea is that it kind of looks like ribs. And we're going to continue on until all the meat is used up. The reason I'm going row by row, top to bottom, is because if I were to shape them first and try to push the indentations in, it's going to be really hard when there is more patties on the cookie sheet. So that's why I'm doing it this way. I have 9 on this cookie sheet. Not the most perfect shapes, but that's okay. They will still taste fine. If you have a rectangular shape to kind of push them in, they will look a little bit nicer, but nobody's ever complained about the shape. So I'm going to put these in the fridge for at least an hour. I'm going to grab another cookie sheet and continue shaping the rest. While they're resting in the fridge, I'm going to preheat my smoker to 85 degrees Celsius, 185 degrees Fahrenheit. If you don't have a smoker or you want to make these the traditional way, tightly wrap the Mexicanos in plastic wrap instead and then put them in simmering water for 10 to 15 minutes. I like the extra flavor that smoking gives the Mexicanos. I've taken the Mexicanos off the smoker. They were on it a little over an hour. As you can see, they've taken on a reddish color from the smoke. I then let them cool down while at the same time heating up some neutral flavored oil. I'm using avocado oil to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 176 degrees Celsius. I'm going to put 2 of them in the oil, and they're only going to fry for 2, maybe 3 minutes because they're already mostly cooked. I use a chef alarm from ThermoWorks to kind of keep an eye on the temperature of the oil to make sure that it's not too cold or too hot. It's a great little tool. I use it all the time. You can also use it when you are cooking meat in the oven and you just want to get an alarm when it hits a certain temperature. I have a platter here with some paper towel on it that I'm going to put the fried Mexicanos on. This is also the perfect time to freeze them. Just put them in an airtight container in your freezer once they come off the smoker or out of the water. Look at the color they're getting, beautiful. I'm going to just flip it over. Just a little bit longer, and then I'm going to take them out of the oil. I'm going to fry the rest of these up, and I'll see you when I'm done. They've all been fried up. Nice dark color. You can see the ridges. Of course, they're not as uniform as they are when you buy them at the grocery store frozen, or you get them at the snack bar, because they're homemade. But first, let's have a bite without any sauce. You can tell that the meat has a little bit of that reddish hue again from the smoke. So let's try a bite. Eet Smakelijk. This bite is great. It's a great combination of meatiness and spice from the sambal, a little bit of sweetness from the ketchup, and you can definitely tell that smoky flavor. And then of course the outside has a little bit of a crunch from being in the fryer. So now let's have a bite with some peanut sauce. I'll take a smaller bite this time. I love peanut sauce. I think it makes everything better, and it definitely is a great complement to this snack. The creaminess of that peanut sauce with that peanut flavor, and then combined with the smokiness and the spiciness from the Mexicano, just delicious. It's really, to me, pinta sauce is really the perfect accompaniment to a Mexicano. But you can eat it with mayonnaise or curry ketchup if you want as well. If you're interested in the peanut sauce recipe, I'll put a link to 2 versions in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to share it with your friends. If you have memories about eating Mexicanos or questions about the recipe, please leave them in the comments below. I'll post the recipe on my website, toineskitchen.com, in both metric and imperial measurements. You can follow me on social media as well. If you make our Mexicano recipe, I would love it if you can take a picture and post it on Instagram with the hashtag ToinesKitchen. I will share it in my story and on my website. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.